you very much. Mr. Theil, let's say the name right?
Yes.
Mr. Theil, yours the first question. You have a minute to ask a question.
Very good. My question is short in that, so let me quickly, Mr. O'Donnell said a number of things that are simply not true. He claims that we use photographs from other countries 8 years ago. That is patently false. He said that we helped co-write the rules, that Lynn Hubner, who actually submitted testimonies in the room tonight, that's completely false. But this is my question to you today. My first question to you, John. Now, at local racetracks, I said earlier, greyhounds endure lives of terrible confinement. Now, during the debate on Tuesday night in Sterling, you said the dogs at your kennel compound are kept in cages for 18 hours a day. Do you stand by that position?
Can I clarify? One, it isn't my kennel compound, okay? I'm a trainer. I don't own the kennel compound, as you keep telling people. The other thing, as far as confinement issues, I made a statement that if a dog did absolutely nothing that day and just dealt with the turnouts on a regular basis, when they say confinement, it sounds like I keep a dog in a crate for 18, and they put it this way, in 2000 they said we kept them in the crates for 22 hours. Now in 2002 it's 20 hours. And the thing about it is no one from any one of these groups, Grey 2K, MSPCA, the Humane Society, has ever spent more than, I don't even think they've been in the kennels, but yet they're telling you how bad we are. I'm there 12, 16 hours a day. As far as the confinement, my general day is, we go in at 6 o'clock, we turn them out for an hour. Then we go work the dogs. It might be sprinting that day, it might be walking that day, it might be running them behind the law, it might be running them without the law. Every dog we treat individual, because every dog has a separate routine catering to its particular needs. It isn't just a one rule fits all. I have 90 dogs in my kennel. Every one of them is different. The day is geared towards taking care of them, each and every dog, in what it needs. This dog might need work today, this one don't. And when he says that we take him out maybe 3 times a month, use your common sense, people. I make my living off of how fast my dogs can run. Anybody in sports, anybody in competitive sports will tell you that in order to be any good at it, you have to practice, practice, practice. If I kept my dogs in the kennel the way they say and how bleak a look that they make it, I would have nothing but retired greyhounds.
Well, I heard you say a lot there, John, but I didn't hear an answer. Now, you made that statement that the dogs are confined in your kennel for 18 hours a day. We have never claimed that the dogs are confined for 18 hours or 20 hours continuously. Our position is that in any 24-hour cycle, the dogs are confined for approximately 20 hours a day. Now, you want to say 18 hours? That's what you said at the debate the other night? We can agree to disagree. You say 18, I'll say 20. I understand your hesitancy to repeat that position again tonight, but I also didn't hear you dispute it. So with that, I'll move on to the next question.
Thank you, Mr. O'Donnell. You have 1 minute to ask a question.
Okay. Mr. Theil, you were the president and the head of media for Grey 2K for the 2000 ballot question, when you claimed thousands of dogs were being killed each year in Massachusetts, which was proven a lie. You claimed that our greyhounds were in cages for 22 hours a day. That was a lie. That's what you were stating back then. You were showing pictures that you admitted to Commissioner Hutchinson at the time, during a public hearing, that you would stop doing it, but the ends justify me, but I won't do that anymore. Your record of being deceitful and lying is clear to me. Why should the voters believe what you're claiming now?
2 minutes to respond.
Well, first of all, you're right, John, that 8 years ago, we did say that thousands of greyhounds die in this industry. Now, what we said, because you misrepresented my position, what we said was that thousands of dogs nationwide were being killed. That was true, and it's probably true today. Having said that, we recognize that this campaign should debated, and voters should make a decision based on Greyhound Racing in Massachusetts. That is why the photographs on protectdogs.org are exclusively from Massachusetts. They're from the kennel compound that you work at. That's why the video footage that you can see in television ads airing right now is from Massachusetts. Every single piece of evidence in this campaign is from Massachusetts. It's recent. It's thoroughly documented. So to say that you may have disagreed with something the campaign said 8 years ago, I think we need to have a discussion, John, tonight about Greyhound Racing in Massachusetts now. The facts are available to voters now. The injury reports are signed under the pains and penalties of perjury. So far, I have heard nothing tonight from you that disputes anything I said in my opening statement. Now, I'm waiting, but you got to do better than that, John.
Mr. O'Donnell, 2 minutes.
Yeah. And I haven't heard anything from you, which is more of a fact or a sensationalism. What people don't, if everyone's voting this year, I would like you to take a look at the voting ballot book, with the red one. On the left side of every ballot book, I only noticed it after 2000 because I couldn't believe that people could say things that were totally distorted, misinformation, half-truths, and basically lying about a business. But there's a reason for that. On the left side of every ballot question, there is a disclaimer by the state. The state does not hold any argument for the truthfulness of it. They don't certify. So Carey Theil can go up there and say, they're killing 1,000 dogs. Doesn't have to prove it. The state doesn't make him prove it. And he can say it every day of the year, and no one can do nothing about it. That's why, all these things when he talks about crate sizes. In 2002, we hold an open hearing to deal with issues that they wanted to. He could have went right back in with Christine Dorchek, Ms. Hubner from the Humane Society, or the MSPCA, and said, no, we want to change these things. We're not happy with this. And as far as confinement, we want it clarified a little. But we have exercises in our rule book. We cover every aspect of Greyhound Racing. And if there was something they didn't like, why don't they just go back the way they did? But this is what it's all about. They would rather put 1,100 people out of work. They make money off of ballot questions. He has been making his living off of my business for the last 8 years.